What is up, YouTube? Lazy Llama here, and here we are back with some Storm Swimulator. So it's actually only been a couple hours since I last played, but I saw that we had a ton of nests and stuff, and I'm actually not gonna buy any upgrades yet. We're gonna do what I want to do here first. We're gonna buy as many Greater Queens as we can. Boom, and then we're going to buy. Your first few hives will take a long time to regenerate the Greater Queen sacrificed. Build them. Consider hatching more Greater Queens first. Okay, it's five Greater Queens per second. I mean, that is gonna take a long ass time to come back, but we're building a hive. I'm going to like sleep soon, so it's gonna make sense. Hive Queen's the next one, which is 1,000,000 hives. Wow, it's pretty crazy. Sadly, I just can't build anymore. It'll compound more to be more overnight, so it'll be beneficial. I am gonna buy that, which actually kind of hinders me more. And by that, we should probably just buy all the upgrades that I can. Boom, boom. Awesome. Larva's got an upgrade. Say it's got a couple, three. Oh, I can buy 3 of those. Maybe so I can buy these. Although I think buying these is better, right? Than buying that. 1% per achievement point. Maybe not. Because if I'm at like 400, that's 400%. Yeah, maybe not. This is 10%. Increases hatchery, the whole thing. I wonder if it compounds or not. Either way, it really doesn't matter. We're making an insane amount of larvae per second. So I'm pretty happy with that. Wasps have an upgrade. I can't even hatch a wasp yet. Let's buy their upgrade, though. We have some energy. I know I need to save up for another Nexus, but by tomorrow when I get on, I've got to go to bed, go to work. I'll have more than 10,000. If I can run one of the meat things... Meat. See, which one's like the time like, I don't think this one's worth it. Territory rush. That's new. I didn't notice this one. Instantly capture. Okay, so just territory one. Alright. That should, no? Oh, crap. I already have the meat. I didn't realize it was the energy I was missing to buy the next Nexus. That was dumb. Alright, well, I didn't really need to do that meat thing. Anyways, I want to try to spend this larvae. Oh, I spent the hive! Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I didn't look at what things cost, and I just spent the hive. Oh, God. That just delays me a ton. Let's try to get it. Alright. Got the damn hive back. Oh, now I can buy a ton of those. Which I can then in turn buy Queen wants up again. Upgrades cost a lot, and I really got to look at it. Like, this is a ton of nests. I'm not doing actually. That one's not that bad. That one's bad. If it doesn't say it's cheap here, I don't think I'm gonna buy it. I think I'm just gonna start doing the buy cheapest upgrades and don't do that because I think that's where it like actually causes damage to you. Buy as many of those. Buy out 3. All right, yeah, there we go. This is what I wanted to do. All right, I feel better now. I've saved it. I saved it. Buying those doesn't matter because I'm not going to be able to buy that many of these. Alright. Nonetheless, we're out of larvae. Alright, good spot to end. I will catch you guys in the next part. Alrighty, guys. So we are back. Real quick, this is the thing I was talking about. Whereas buy all upgrades, I can buy 21 of them. And there's the buy cheapest ones, which I think are the ones that won't make a crazy difference with these numbers. So, for example, if we buy this. See, it didn't change the numbers too much. I guess 2 more came up, though. Wait. Does it keep doing that? No. I guess 2 became cheap after we did that. So we got our 4th Nexus in that. I did know that that was coming up. So the next one, we need 36,000 energy. And we can only store... How much can we store? We can store over that, right? Oh, wow. Yeah, we can store 140,000 energy. Okay. And the Nexus is going to make it so we get more energy right now. We produce 4 energy per second, which is amazing. Alright, so we just got our hives. That was the last thing we did. Why aren't we... What does the next upgrade here cost? Okay, 1,000,000 Greater Queens. We only have... Yeah, that's why I didn't buy it. That's why that's not considered a cheap upgrade. So I think I'm only going to buy things that it recommends unless I've already finished the episode. Wow, we've got Devourers and Goons now. Goons cannot fly on their own, but instead use metal to construct powerful flying exoskeleton. Wow, okay, that just changed from what we were used to. Are these really that expensive? Like, Oh, it uses a lot of larvae. Yeah. Okay, I get why we can't get some of them. Nonetheless, I want to focus on mainly this tree as I don't know which tree is like the main tree that I should focus on the most. I mean, it's kind of hard to ask that. I don't really. We're gonna do that. That's just a territory upgrade. Of course, I'm gonna do that. Ooh, cocoon. Each cocoon is a larva encased within a protective shell. Larvae can freely enter and leave their cocoons, but cannot be transformed into other units while cocooned. Clone larva clones cocoon. Wait, what? Clone larva. Okay, clones cocoons as they were normal larva. Cocoon your larva and okay. So basically, it's a way to save them. But it clones them. So does that mean we get more than one? So it's kind of hard to tell at a small number. Let's just use this. So does that do anything for production? Okay, so you can uncocoon them all. I'm just curious, are they producing more? You produce... So allowing you to clone up to... How do I clone them, though? Enemy cocoon is hardened. How do I clone them? That's my question. Maybe this number just goes up? Because uncocooning it, I'm assuming is not going to do anything. Yeah. That doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't say how to clone them, but I guess I'll store, like, that much. I don't really know. That number is higher than what I currently have. I don't 100% get that. I may understand by the end of this episode, but nonetheless, I don't get it at the moment. This uses, like I said, a lot of greater queens. Can we go force a ton of greater queens? We can. And then we should be able to force a bunch of hives if we do that. So let's force all the greater queens we can. This uses greater queens to upgrade. It's a pretty small number. I'm assuming, yeah, counts as the cheapest. We're just going to do that. Just to be safe. Yeah, it did purchase that. If we go up to hives now we can buy a ton of hives. We probably want to be careful with how many we buy. As for example, like a, honestly, if we just buy like, let's buy 45 for now. I think an upgrade will come up. Maybe not. Something's cheap. 10 hives. Assuming that was the cheap one, right? Yeah. What is Nest trying to do? Yeah, again, a huge amount of greater queens, which we're not doing. I think we want to buy more of these, because now we produce 200 per second. I mean, I don't necessarily want to use them all, but I think we do ooh, I have an auto clicker still running from another recording. Let's turn that off real quick before I mess this up pretty bad. Ooh, not 10,000. 1,000 of them. That's going to use most of our greater queens, but it'll leave us with some. Will cost not really any meat at all. Yeah, that's the plan. Now we've got 1,000 hives. Now we can buy upgrades for them. And hives produce more greater queens. So you're going to see how they produce here. And we've spent 66 hives. They now produce way more. That's kind of the idea of that. We can also get some upgrade in here. It's considered cheap. It is. That's probably, again, I'm assuming that's what it is. 100 hives. So let's just buy that. Yeah, that was that. Okay. Now I'm just going to spend the rest of our greater queens onto that, which is trying to get us to buy more. That's not going to be considered cheap because that's most of them. We're going to let that sit. We've already produced a bunch there, so we'll let that go. That'll get back up to 1 million, no problem, and escalate kind of crazy overnight. Again, as for larva, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to try to remember that number there and see what happens. I think it's supposed to go up. I just get it that it makes it so I can't spend it, but it's talking about you can clone up to. So I'm not really concerned. Like I don't exactly know what I'm doing with that. Nonetheless, it's, again, not really a big deal. We can buy a ton of these. Let's just spend whatever the cheapest thing there is on them. There's probably a bunch of upgrades it wants me to buy. Here, it's just territory, a bunch of meat. This is actually a ton of meat in one larva. We'll do, let's just go with 15,000 of them. We're going to get a ton of achievements, which is cool as well. And none of these we can print now because meat's too low. We do have a ton of energy, which I kind of want to save because energy seems to go up pretty slow. And I want to be able to get the next Nexus. I think that's our next goal, is to save it for that. We are earning a lot of territory now, and most of it is wasps and then the devourers. The wasps are creating a very large percentage of it, and I can buy a ton more. Can we buy much more of these? No, we can't. Nonetheless, that's awesome. Getting a ton of those. We have a larva upgrade now. Let's just buy all the cheap stuff, which is probably one of these it was. This uses a bunch of territory. We're done playing right now, so I'm just spending the rest of the territory on that because I really don't care. This Greater Kreen one is 1,000 hives. That's the one we already looked at. We're not doing, and that's going to be about it for now. I think that's all we can really do. Again, we were just looking for more nexuses. The night bugs, I forget what they did. They store additional energy. We really don't need to store anymore, and it just costs a ton of energy to do it. I think we're already storing way more than we're going to have fill up anytime soon. I don't think I want to cast anything because, again, I'm really trying to save it for this next Nexus, which then in turn allows us to make more. I'm hoping there's a way that we can all of a sudden start boosting this, but this is going to take over a day? I guess. Yeah, okay, I get it. Nonetheless, we should probably just buy as many of those as we can, use up all the larvae. No cheap upgrades, okay. We can buy a ton of these. We can do everything the best way we can. Again, pretty much out of larva. It's not really worth buying anything right now, although we're not producing any nests. Oh, we are, just really slow. Let's buy a ton of the nests, which can then turn allow me to buy a ton of queens, and that's the rest of our larvae. Awesome. That should do a lot overnight. And yeah, at that point, we're going to have to call it there, and we'll spend the territory once again because that just produces more. This is up to 32,000 per second, which is crazy. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next part. Alrighty, so we're back here with a Swarm Simulator progression. I'm going to do the buy as cheapest thing, which shouldn't really kill a bunch of these. Yeah, I don't think it did much of anything, actually, which is awesome. Next cheapest of 2? Yeah, see, those barely lower anything. No more unlocked with those. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Alright, so I think we can get the next Nexus. Am I correct? Why can't we? Do we not have enough? We have plenty of... No, we don't have enough larvae. Okay. Alright, that's cool with me. That's not a big deal. We got these things, which I haven't seen. Lepid? We're going to go with Lepid. Anyways, our mysterious creatures with furry bodies, large wings, emerge from their dens only at night. Attract light bugs and night bugs. Energy. Okay, generate % more energy. Hatching more diminishing returns, but can increase this maximum of 100%. So it costs energy. So if I buy 10. Oh, I have my auto clicker still running. Oop, oh. It's messing everything up. Alright, we're good. We're good. We're still alive. Alright, so anyways, if I buy 10 of these, 100 energy, 10 larvae, you generate 0.99% more energy. Oh, okay, so it just adds a little bit to it. And they have diminishing returns, so let's buy 90. I don't want to spend too much on these. What's going to be the hinder, though? If I like buy, what is like 5,000 hinder on? It's energy that's hindering. It's not much larva at all. So yeah, let's buy 900. And then let's buy 4,000. That'll give me 5,000 of them. That's 83%. So I don't know how many we need, but that's pretty awesome. It's adding quite a bit more energy per payout. I haven't really been looking at any of this stuff. Clone larva. Oh, this has to do with it, isn't it? You produce allowing you to clone up to... Yep, you have... Okay, here's the larva and cocoons available to clone. Are the cocoons just a storage system for them? I still haven't completely figured that out. I'm still really confused on that altogether. Is there any super cheap stuff? No. Alright, these are so tempting to unlock still, but it just uses like all our meat. But geez, I don't know if it's worth the cocoon anymore. Like, I don't know 100% of the point of cocooning them. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, obviously it has something to do with that. But clone, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna wait for you guys to kind of get back to me on that, I guess. Nonetheless, can we get, how many of these do we need? We need 1,000,000 hives, which we cannot come remotely close to making. Okay. Nonetheless, we want to buy a ton of these, and I think we're just going to buy all of them. So what if we bought 32,000 of them? Is it Greater Queens holding us back? It is. We're doing it. Because we're going to produce so many. Why would we not do that? Alright, that's definitely the way we want to go, and then we'll buy whatever the cheapest there, which is some upgrade under there. I don't think it's worth upgrading any of these other guys, as we don't really want to spend the larva into them. Hives is really what we're focused on at this point. We could actually buy like Greater Queens now that I think about it. If I spend like that on it, and we can come back in here and buy all of those, and that's probably actually the best thing to do. I want to check out territory real quick, as we have goons and swarmlings now. Let's buy the cheapest upgrade again. Goons we can actually harvest now, which we couldn't before, and we could buy a ton of them. I wish if I highlighted it, told me what the price was, but anyways, it's 9 million. So it'd be meat causing the issue. Okay. If you start going up, it looks like meat comes into play as the issue. So let's just spend half of what we can on them. And that's going to be higher than anything else we've made, is it not? You can go away now. Okay, we got more than one. Or I brought it back up. One of the two. Yeah, it's all being produced by goons now. Is it still worth leveling up these other guys? Like, if I do that, let's see actually what that does. It probably is if I just go through and buy the middle thing. Yeah, actually, wow. Alright, that's probably what I should be doing. Should go buy whatever the middle thing is on all of them. I don't know how I should... Cause plus we get more achievements. So... we'll buy all of it. We'll buy middle of everything. Then we'll go back in here and see. Alright, so it's split up a little bit. Others actually takes up a big percent, so there's a couple little things in there. Wasps are doing a bit. Goons... Actually, it's hard to see what's pointing to what. That's goons. That's wasps. Oh, other, I guess, isn't doing much at all. Oh, there's that little bit in there, it looks like. Alright, so it's really the Devours that are doing a ton for us right now. And I could buy more of these, or even more of these, but again, I want to spend some stuff into here, which I think we've got to buy. Let's spend the rest of our larvae in there. Can we buy more cheap upgrades? We can. Probably related to territory. The territory, I always forget what uses territory. Is it Nexuses that use territory? No, they use the energy. It was these things that upgrade. They needed territory, right? Yeah, expansions need territory. Okay, again, I don't know if I should be cocooning more of these or what, really, to be honest, so. Alright, broke 100,000. Oh, sorry, that's 100,000, not a million. I don't know why I was thinking that. We could technically... Oh, no, we can't. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's 100,000. That's a million. What's the issue, though? Greater Queens altogether. Okay. We'll have to let that just kind of make itself back then. Which will happen. I mean, now that we have those, I think, what do we only had like less than 100 before, didn't we? Or I kind of forget exactly, but it wasn't all that much, so cheapest upgrade, sure. Again, I don't know if I should be cocooning anything, or if I should be taking these out of cocoons. I'm confused on... Alright, my dogs are going crazy outside. I do apologize. But I'm confused kind of what this does. Because Territory Rush, obviously, I mean, most of this stuff makes sense except for this. And I can't cast this, yes, it uses a lot of energy. But it produces... So, clone... Okay. And that's close to the number that I have in my cocoons, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why it's going up. Maybe it goes up slowly. But it says you can produce, okay, a bunch of larvae per second, allowing you to clone up to an absolute absurd amount of larvae. And you have that number, larvae and cocoons available. So does it matter if they're cocooned or not? Like, that's... I'm so confused on it. And then each cocoon encased in... okay, that's just explaining them. Clone, larva, clones, cocoons. That's the ability. It's called clone larva, is it not? Yes. Okay. They should point that out a little better. That is an ability name. That should be like in quotes or something. It should say that it's an ability. I didn't realize we unlocked that at that time. Because the party already yelled at me in the comments. Ha! I figured it out. So clones cocoons as if they were normal larvae. Okay. Cocoons. Cocoon your larvae intend for... Wait. Cocoon your larva Okay, okay. Instead for cloning to avoid actually spending them. So, alright, so you make a ton if you clone them. You produce, and it says how much we produce, allowing you up to... So does it matter how much I produce? Or does it matter how much is cloned? Or like in there to clone? Like if I store the rest of them. Is that... I didn't actually see if that moved. I don't think it did. I think it has something to do with the amount I produce as a direct relation to that. I guess we'll leave them in there and clone them tomorrow, unless I need the energy for this. We'll see. I mean, I can still hold a fairly large amount of energy, right? Where does it say how much energy I can store? Yeah, I can store a lot of energy. Plus, I could buy these things. Right, they're not actually that cheap. Let's buy 500 of them. What's doing it? Energy? Yeah, whatever. We'll spend the energy. That changed the maximum up even higher. So now it's, yeah, much higher. Alright, I'm getting it. It's all coming together. The game is making sense. I'm getting it. There's no really point of buying those. I could buy actually a ton of these again, which then allows you to kind of buy a bunch of these. It's not worth buying. Again, it's larvae that we're running out of here, so. I guess nests are if you go too high, but you go too many zeros. But we're not buying that many anyway, so. We'll get there tomorrow when we come on. We'll make a lot of progress. Any other super cheap upgrades there is, we'll buy it. Don't know what it is. I really don't know what we're buying at this point. But all the upgrades underneath like all work the same. There's always produce more. The queens are faster, and then the twin queens, like they're all that way. Actually, there's no twin hives. But is there twin nests? There is. Anyways, we're trying to get a hive queen. That's really a big goal. But I think I'm getting the cocoon thing. It'll just be a matter of waiting. We should produce enough by tomorrow, I think. It goes up pretty quick. It'd be nice when we get the 1 per second, but it was like half this before, I believe, so. We're getting up there. Territory, again, we can't really buy any more of, right? We can actually buy a ton more of the goons. We'll buy a ton of goons. Get the goons on the board a little bit more. But, anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. I was a little confused at that. It makes sense to me now, I think. I still don't know 100% how it works, but it makes sense that like it clones these, and I don't know why they need to be in here if it doesn't even relate to that number, but like that's how much we can have in cap in there, and then I believe it just doubles it. So it's like you're investing for the future using energy. Don't know if it's worth doing. Let me know. But other than that, I think I'm doing pretty good in the game. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If so, please smack the like button, and as always, I will catch you guys later. Peace.